Hey, I'm drinking ginger tea. I actually had to take today is a sick day because I'm sick. I'm not my usual happy-go-lucky, perky, energetic, glowing, motivational self today. Today I feel very meh. And because of that, I'm sitting here in a hoodie. I don't even know. It's 83 degrees outside, but I have on my hoodie over my nightie. And that's because I had a heck of a night last night. So it all started on Friday night. So I'll start this off by saying that my mother has been sick for the past week. She's been, doing her stuff to get better. And I wasn't doing enough to avoid it. I wasn't staying out of her way. I was just, just moving around like it's a normal day. And on Friday night, I felt a little, was it Thursday night? One of the nights, I felt a little irritation in my throat. Nothing big or alarming. I just felt like something was coming. Like my body was saying, "Hey girl," like a little tap tap. And for the sake of it, for shits and giggles, I decided to go to ChatGPT and I said, I feel a little something coming on and my throat feels a certain way. And ChatGPT gave me a bunch of home remedies. One of them was ginger tea with honey and a pinch of cayenne pepper. I drank it. My mom was not convinced. But when I was finished with my cup, she said, "What did they say again?" And I told her so she had it. And she actually said that it actually helped her. So anyway, woke up yesterday morning and I felt fine. I felt, you know, my usual self. And I went for my long Saturday morning walk. And I walked up to the park. And about maybe 5.5-ish miles of walking, I observed that I was walking slower than usual. And I decided to basically just finish up and head home. But I started to walk even slower when it was time to go home. So I said, you know what? Let me just go over to CVS, which is about 2 miles from home, and get some electrolytes or something in my body to kind of get me back to somewhat normal until I got home. I will also say that it wasn't hot. Like it wasn't like extremely hot. It was hot enough, but it wasn't extremely hot. Um, so I went to CVS and I got some electrolytes, 4 bottles actually, 2 for me, 2 for my mom. And my silly behind decided to go for the bigger sizes. And along the way, the bag started to tear because there was condensation on the bottles. And then it's a paper bag because here in New York, they don't give plastic bags anymore. And since I didn't leave home to go to the store, I didn't walk with a shopping bag. So I'm walking and I felt the bottom of one of the bottles and I was like, uh-oh. So I did my best to carry it. At one point I was carrying it like a baby and then I had to stop and reposition because the whole bottom at one point burst. So I feel like the heat coupled with me carrying this load, even though it wasn't like very heavy, but I feel like when your body is depleted, um, carrying any kind of weight does not help. So I get home and I had breakfast. It was late morning, so I had me some breakfast and I had a doctor's appointment because I had to go get a mammogram done. And I was just so out of it. I wanted to cancel, but I usually go to the city for my exams, but there's a new location near me. And I was happy because I was like, now I don't have to go all the way to the city. So I figured more or less that since it's my first time here, I don't want to start off on a bad foot. Um, and I think their requirement is like 72 hours. Now I feel more or less that if I had called to let them know that I wasn't feeling well, they would have waived any kind of fear or anything like that. But I figured, you know what, let me just go and get it done because it's taken over a year. Actually, it's been almost 2 years since I was supposed to go. So I said, you know what, since I got this appointment, I'm going to go. I thought the appointment was for 1:30 because I had 1 o'clock on my calendar. But the 1 o'clock was kind of to give me a buffer. But when I checked the email, it was indeed for 1 o'clock. So I'm like, oh goodness. At this point, it was about 12:15. And I really needed to lay down. So I set my alarm for 10 minutes so I can get a 10-minute snooze, and it helped. Good Lord, when that alarm went off, I was so annoyed. So I hopped up about 12:35, and I had already showered. So now it's just a matter for me to pull on my clothes and get out of here. Boom. So I didn't feel strong enough to drive. So I had someone drive me, and thankfully it wasn't far from home. So I wasn't paying attention because I thought it was a location that I thought it was. And I went to the first location, and it was locked. And I was like, huh? How did I make an appointment and the place is locked on Saturday? So I said, let me check my email. And I checked the email. It was a wrong location. So I called my ride back, and we were heading in the wrong direction because I was like, it's at 231st Street. And I was like, wait, it's supposed to be going that way. So it turned out that the location was actually closer to home than I thought. Anyway, went in, got my exam done, and figured more or less that since it's close enough to home, I would walk. Let me tell you something. I was walking so slow. And that's when I knew that something was wrong, because I don't walk slow. I mean, I like to stroll, but that was extreme strolling. Excuse me. Anyway, I get home, and I decided that I need to basically get to my bed stat. And I think I took some vitamins. I drank my ginger tea and had some more electrolytes, and I went to lay down. And when I tell you, whew, last evening and last night was, my goodness. At one point, I felt like I was body slammed. Not that it ever happened to me before, but I felt like somebody slammed my body down, and I felt like one of those cartoon characters where they're sometimes like doing this to them, because my body felt so achy. I had the chills. I kept, pulling on the throw and pulling it back off. It was just a mess. And I feel like sometimes when I'm sick like that, I could never imagine what it's like to not be sick. And all I'm thinking about, like, I can't afford to be sick now because not supposed to be. I'm traveling this week for a conference. So I'm going to, so my thing is, it's like, I need to be well. Like, I don't want to get on anyone's airplane, congested or anything like that, because then the whole air thing and the head thing, and I don't want that. Nor do I want to go to a conference not well, because I'm already feeling a little anxious about going, being in a space with people that I do not know. I actually first was not going to go, but I kind of was convinced after having a conversation with someone, and realizing that introverts sometimes get in their own way by talking themselves out of doing certain things for one reason or another. We just make up excuses. We really do. And, I got my life insurance license, and, I'm working with someone out of state, and I'm grateful that they were actually willing to work with me, right? To basically bring me on their team. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to put on my big girl thongs and go to this event. Because what I did first, actually, I actually went onto YouTube and searched for a video. I searched for life insurance agent as an introvert. And yes, there were videos about it. The first one that I saw was a gentleman, and it was years ago. I don't remember how many years ago, but it was years ago. And he was talking about the challenges that he faced in the beginning. And he was talking about how successful he became. And, he mentioned that being an agent is the best thing for an introvert because we are great at listening. And, he gave a lot of other positive, points about, becoming an agent. And that's what kind of helped to push me to go to this event. So I really didn't want to be sick this week. So anyway, last night, because I slept so much last evening and last night, I literally woke up in the middle of the night trying to figure out like what to do. And I started to watch Kendrick videos of him on this tour. So now I think the ones that I watched last night, he was in Birmingham, and then I started to watch some older ones. And then I watched some of the clips, reactions to some of the clips, new album. So I was trying to do all sorts of stuff. I was, uploading videos, and stuff like that because I wanted to go back to sleep, but I couldn't. So I found something to do. At some point though, I did fall back asleep. And when I woke up this morning, I still felt very meh. I'm not feeling 100% right now, but I feel way better than I did when I woke up this morning. My mouth and feels a little bit raw. Mommy's downstairs coughing right now. Thank God I'm not coughing. But I have my ginger tea here that's cold because I keep doing stuff and it keeps getting cold. I have my water over here. Take a sip. Because a little while ago, I realized that I hadn't had much water today. I have my orange and I have a mango that I'm going to be eating afterwards. This morning with my tea, I had some crackers because I really didn't have an appetite, but I figured more or less that I need something in my body um, so that I can get back my strength. um, the reality of it is sometimes our body know what's going on before we do. And it may whisper, hey girl, take a break. And it'd be like, and they'd be like, hey girl, take a break. And you're like, and when you don't listen, it sits you down. Like it literally like basically like this. And I'm listening. And it's funny because I'm always telling people to listen to your body, take a break. But I guess because like I'm really not doing much, going a lot of places or anything like that, I'm not really considering the fact that me getting very little sleep sometimes does not help. Um, and so today I'm taking that break. Today's a sick day. Even though it's Sunday, I can't call in to work. But I am taking the time to relax. I think after this video, I'm going to consume my fruits and go back downstairs to get hot tea and then probably climb back in bed so that I can rest. Rest is so vital for us. And I mean, of course it is. We like to recharge, but this is a different kind of rest. This is basically allowing your body, your whole body, to just take what it needs so that you can go. Monday is my favorite day of the week. Actually, every day is my favorite day, but I love Monday, unlike most people. And so I want to be able to wake up refreshed tomorrow. I actually started to look for, because I've heard about IV treatments, but I've never been to one. And I started to Google IV treatments and I'm like, girl, child, please sit down and go drink your water, drink your tea and figure it out here. And so that's what I'm going to do. Mommy is not 100% better, but better than she has been. And she's preparing some soup for me. And I believe that that soup is probably what my body is needing right now. So that's what I'm going to do. Whew. So if you are feeling run down or a little bit weak, maybe it's wisdom. Your body is not the enemy. You are for not listening because your body is trying to protect you. So please take care of yourself today and always. And, like no matter what it looks like, whether it's taking an hour to just do nothing or to lie down, take a nap, hopefully you're not like being a hoodie over your nightie. I only put on a hoodie because I didn't want to record in my nightgown. But when this is done, when my video is finished, I'm going to take the hoodie off and basically like just relax. So yeah, just wanted to share my day with you. I do hope you're well, and I'll be back soon, stronger, softer, and hopefully with a full cup of tea. I'm feeling better. Anyway, thanks for spending a few moments with me today. Please take care until next time. Oh, please like and subscribe.